Quinn always says it. He's so wise.
He is.
He's like, we're living in a time where saying anything wrong can have your whole life destroyed, and every comedian records everything he says and puts it out.
I know. It's wild.
It's really stupid.
And I heard Jerry Seinfeld on a podcast saying, they go, how come you don't do a podcast? You do a podcast once a year, or you don't have your own podcast. Why is that? He goes, I could put all that into writing. He's like, all that mental energy that you have to come up with things to say, be creative, be funny on the fly, that could be all done on the paper. So I don't want to give up any of my effort, you know.
I have such a love-hate relationship with Jerry. He says so many things that I'm like, what a genius. He's changed my life. He's my hero. That is one of the dumbest things I've ever heard in my entire life.
Really?
Yes. First of all, it's a completely different muscle. Off-the-cuff talking conversation has nothing to do with writing an act or writing a show or anything.
Well, it's like saying powerlifting and cardio. They're very different muscles. But if you do cardio all day, you're going to be less likely to go to the gym.
I guess so. I mean, the analogy, he's saying I don't need to do that because I could take that time and put it into writing. I guess the main thing, let me get to my first thing that bothers me.
I know what you're going to say.
And I've said it before, where's is all this material that he's writing?
Yes, where is it?
We're doing 60 hours a year of podcasts.
Sure.
You can listen to it. It's here. Here it is. Here's 60 hours of us being funny. So he's saying he's putting in 60 hours of writing.
Right.
Can I get some of it? Because everything he releases is, here I am in 1978.
I know.
Here's what I did in 1985. Well, what are you doing in 2021? I wouldn't mind hearing that material.
I know. And then you X off every day you write. You give it to us. Give me something. Give me the B-sides, the C-sides.
I don't understand. It's also, that would make more sense if we weren't also writing.
Right.
You got a special coming out. I got a special coming out. You got a special from last year. I got a special from last year. We got albums up the ass, late nights. We're doing that and this.
Yeah. Good point.
So if you're doing only that, shouldn't you have 2 specials a year?
Yeah. Well, he did have the Cars thing, comedians Cars. And,
that's him talking.
Yeah. And he's got the movie coming out.
What movie?
Pop-Tart.
Oh, I don't know about Pop-Tart.
Oh, he wrote a movie about Pop-Tarts with Spike Feresten.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yeah.
Love Spike.
Yeah, Jerry tackles the big issues.
Yeah, well, so anyways, my point is, and he does a show. He does a version of this, so he shouldn't dismiss because that's what Comedians in Cars is.
Sure, and that's more effort. That's cameras, that's editing, that's booking.
Right.
The whole kit and caboodle.
Anyways, I love Jerry. He created a show, and it's, we ripped it off. We're quite successful with it. So appreciate you, Jer. Love you.
Yep.
And you're the best.
There you
but
go.
Some of these things.
No, I hear you. It's a lot. Well, you know what the problem with a lot of comedians is? Chris Rock does this a lot, too. They have these grandiose, matter-of-fact statements with no nuance, no if, and, or but. It's gospel. It's got to be this way. And you're like, no, there's a lot of cracks in that and holes in that. Nothing is just, Chris Rock, women can't go down in lifestyle. Well, I'm sure some can.
Yeah.
It's stuff like that where you're like, all right, it's not all end-all, be-all.
It's fun to be bold.
It is. Bold is big. Bold is beautiful.
Reminds me of one of Jerry's great moments, though, which he has so many of, is when Letterman's like, don't you feel like if you're not drinking coffee black, you're not really drinking coffee? And he goes, no.
Yes! That's perfect. That's a perfect example.
No, I don't think that.
And then Jerry, a comedian, cut it down.
Yes.
I love it. It's like when Carlin goes, I don't want to get on the plane. I'm getting in the plane. And you go, shut the fuck up, you dirty cunt. You know what he means?
I think